What's up, my witches? Hey, guess what? I am so happy. I am so happy. I just got it all cut off today. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Darcy. Hi, Roxanne. Hi, Allie. Hi, Sam. Hi, Catherine. I am so happy to see you guys. I am so happy to see you. Okay, I'm just going to watch. I'm just going to watch the chat. Hi, Elsie. So good to see you. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Art Crone. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy this evening of the readings for the collective. If you would like to join in on the chat, please click the subscribe button, and then you'll just have to wait 1 minute before the chat will let you in. And what else? There was something else I was going to say. Oh, please switch your chat. What the hell? Switch your chat from top chat. It's up at the top of the chat box. If it's set on top chat, switch it to live chat, or you may not see everyone's comments. Thank you, Marilyn. Oh my God, I've had enough of my hair. Um, it's menopause. I lost a lot of hair over the last year because of a medication. So I think it was growing in. The change happened faster than it might have otherwise. But I have menopausal hair. But check it out, you guys. I am now a curly girl. I have never had curls like this in my life, and these are my very own. But I've been watching some YouTube videos about curly girls and how to go from just frizz to, I mean, frickin' corkscrew curls. I am so happy. And it just feels, oh, it feels so good. So I want to say a heartfelt thank you to Lady Jules, a dear friend from, gosh, for a while now, well over 25 years, um, sister in the craft, and an amazing hairstylist. She just does it, little on the side here, but she did me upright today. So I'm so happy. I am so happy, and I may be doing some fun color at some point, but we're going to get used to the curlies first. Um, yeah, this is my hair hasn't been this short since I was in my 20s. It's been like here, but to go up in, and it's still even, past my shoulders. But oh my God, I'm so happy. So very happy. Yeah. Oh, Allie, it's terrible. Wellbutrin was the one that did it to me, and not only hair loss, but joint pain and migraines, and gave me all kinds of stuff. Um, so yeah, menopause changes shit. If you didn't know that, and part of it is because your hair losing color, it puts more energy into the actual hair shaft, so it gets coarser and kinkier. If you have curly hair already, it gets curlier. So yoo-hoo! I'm so excited. And what's fun is, if I put it up tonight and I wake up tomorrow and it doesn't look like this, all I have to do is soak it and scrunch it up. I still need product to get rid of the frizz, but I'll get that tomorrow. I'll get that tomorrow. Oh. So, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you all. I was so sad not to do a live last week. You know what it's been like, pressure systems up and down, and fortunately the air quality has gotten much better from what we were getting from the wildfires, and still lots of pollen as I scratch my nose. But yeah, Marcy, you understand. If you know, you know. Oh honey, oh honey, Allie, my darling, oh my God, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, my dear. I am sending you prayers and energy right now. Anybody that's got Reiki, let's send some to Allie so that you can find some. Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. This is not medical advice. This is my personal experience. Um, because I know someone who went through that, who was just nonstop bleeding, and she was this close to hysterectomy. They were saying, if we can't get it under control, you're going for a hysterectomy, and that's that. And hold on a second. Got to fix a thing if I can. Oh, there we go. There. Anyway, um, I told her about the tea that I made when I was pregnant, and that I had on board through childbirth. Um, Red raspberry leaf and nettles, just those two things. And um, boil up a gallon of good pure water, distilled water if you don't have good water, and then pour it over, like a big handful of each. Pour it over, slap a lid on, let it sit for at least an hour, and then strain it out, put some honey in it. It's delicious. It's a wonder. It doesn't taste like medicine. It tastes like wonderful tea. And she started drinking it and stopped bleeding the next day. They are herbs that are specific to, as uterine toners, but they're just specific all the way around to the feminine system. When I had my son and I had him at home, and I had been drinking that tea, and my midwife said she'd never seen such a clean birth. I didn't bleed at all, except when I delivered the placenta, and then there was a clot the size of her hand. So I try that. I just pray that you can get that stopped, because it's terrible. That's just terrible. Pray for your relief. Hi, Ellen Marie. Yes, thank you, Darcy. Thank you, Darcy. Violet Lotus, hello. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're here. Ah, perimenopause. Yeah, I hear you. It's something else, isn't it? It really is. So, sorry, I'm going to be doing this a lot tonight. I'm going to be looking at myself because I just love it. Okay. What a week. What a week. And what a day yesterday. We talk about how we've had enough of old white guys, but Tim Walz is a good old white guy, and Biden is too. But I am so happy to have things moving forward in such a brilliant way. And in one of my decks, as I was shuffling and getting them set out, I had two jumpers, and it was Wheel of Fortune and the Sun, which just says, yes, we have turned a corner. We have absolutely turned a corner. And there's a person, oh my God, I looked her up. Can I remember what her name is now? No, hold on a second. It's a TikTok channel, and she does dowsing rods. And she used to do them and talk to her spirit guide. She's still talking to her spirit guide, but she would talk directly with a name and everything. Now she just sits with her rods. People send her yes and no questions, and she asks the questions and spirit answers. And one of the questions today was, did we really jump a timeline? Have we shifted to a different timeline? And the answer was yes. Now, I mean, you can look at it and go, no, we're in the timeline we're in. We've always been here, and things can change like this. We can go through radical changes. But, the way I view that is, where's Stephanie? Oh, hi. Hi, Stephanie. I'm so glad to see you, dear. Oh, Samantha, come on now. It's just terrible. I looked it up. It's like, yes, I'm going to do this. It was started with an S. I remember that. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, so the way I look at that is not necessarily that we're on, we were on our timeline, now we're on a different one. The way I look at it as when we make choices, we change the future. The future is non-existent, it's fluid. And when we make a change, when we make a radical shift, the entire landscape in front of us changes. And that's what has happened recently. And I adore that Donald is losing his mind. I'm not even using his last name anymore. I've heard he hates to be called Donald. So the Donald. Remember, that's what his deceased ex-wife used to call him, Ivana. He has lost his ever loving mind. He really has, and his delusions now have their own delusions. It's amazing. So it's going to be fun. And it doesn't mean we still don't have a lot of work to do, but I claim this moment that we are experiencing in the US. I claim this moment for the rest of you in the world that are still suffering under these authoritarian wannabes, and that it may give you the boost and the hope that you need in your country for things to start swinging the right way. Uh, for those of you in the UK, I mean, so anyhow, enough about politics. Let's get this party started. Let's get this rig rolling. Um, oh, Violet. Okay. Oh my goodness, I understand that. We're choosing which timelines to collapse and which to carry forward. That's perfect. Yes, thank you, Samantha. I really like that. I really like that. Come back and watch later. Yes, Violet, after you get your kids to bed. We'll be here for a couple hours. So, indeed. Quick and easy sleeping. Jimmy Kimmel. Two really great nicknames that I've heard this week. Sorry, I have to mess. Are Shady Vance, but the best one, Vladimir Futon. And one more political thing. I don't know if you saw Tim Walz's speech last night, his first one on the campaign trail. And he said, I can't wait to debate him, talking about Vance. That is, if he will get up off the couch and show up. I love it so much. They're having fun and they deserve to have fun. We deserve to have fun. So let's have, I'm going to keep myself here for now. Let's have, no, I'm not. I'm going to do this. Fuck. I'm scattered. I'm scattered. Ah! All right. Did my charcoal light? It did not. Ew. Shame, 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 little charcoal. Come on, catch fire, you numpty. You ball back. I love Scottish swears. All right, I think it's lighting now. So off we go. Let's have a general blessing for us all. Oops, as I spill matches everywhere. Here we go, you guys. Luna's freewheeling tonight. And yes, we are on Mercury retro now. It turned on Sunday. Same day as the Leo new moon. So we've really had our share of like the double up astrological events, haven't we? I offer you this sacred smoke. By air, may you be purified and inspired. May your mind be clear. And by fire, may your vision be awakened, your path be bright, and may you feel charged with energy. By water and earth, may you be blessed, healed, made whole, and may your dreams be manifest. May the highest version of you manifest. So mote it be. By the sound of the bell, may the spirit awaken. And I'm going to pick it up and do a I'm gonna do a drone if I can do this without, yeah, I can't pick it up without stopping the sound, but that's okay. There's ashes in my singing bowl and 3 cat whiskers. May that bell clear any negativity out of your environment. May it help bring all of the energies in your atmosphere into alignment. Let's see if I can make this work. Oh, almost. Almost. Okay. So may it clarify everything, awaken things. Sorry, I got hair. And we have tonight, we have my little Bastet, and we have my little Bastet. There we go. And, oh, I want to show you what I got at Five Below. Check it. This one's heart chakra. They had them for different chakras, and not different tones, unfortunately. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I pulled out my tuner the other day, and this is almost exactly a 440A. So that made me kind of happy. Samantha will like that. Will appreciate it. Okay. Blowing ashes and stuff. Guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, those of you who have been with us every step of the way through all of the trials and tribulations and fear and terror and frustration of the last, how many years? 9 years. That we thank you for your presence through all of this. We thank you for bringing us through with some kind of trust and faith still intact. Sorry, there's something here. I don't know what it is. Uh-oh. There's a little piece of tape. Ah, that's what it is. All right. That's a card that shouldn't be there. Okay. So we welcome you here. We thank you for your presence. Thank you for the messages that you give me. And yeah, thanks. And thank you for my audience, for you guys that come and give me a purpose here. And most especially, I want to thank my patrons, Govinda, Tavia, Catherine, Roxanne, Laura, and Beck. Thank you so very much. If anybody's interested, it's $3 a month, and I make you no promises because I have such an unpredictable body. But I really appreciate that support. I really do. It helps me a lot. So, and when I look at the totals of what you guys have paid me, it's amazing. It truly is. And I haven't actually bought my patron deck for the month. So if you've got suggestions, let me know. All right. Yeah, that little bowl. So that, like I said, that one's got the heart chakra in it, and they have other ones for the other chakras. Wait a minute. Let me see something. Hold on. Pyewacket? Where's my Pyewacket? Pyewacket, where are you, my love? Hi, Ken. Hi, will you come join us? All right. I've put the call out. Let's see if he will come. All right, let's have a little meditation, eh? Let's get settled down. Oh, wait, I offered fresh water, and now I offer the fire of Azrael to the spirit of divination and for the spirit of divination to come and be present and bring us wonderful messages that make us all go, I needed that. So mote it be. All right. So let's settle in. Settle into your skin. Settle into your chair, your couch, your bed, your surface, whatever you're on. Just kind of kick back and let yourself go and allow the surface you're on to hold you up. Just really feel that place where you connect with your support. And notice that no matter what happens, no matter what you do, that surface supports you. Your support is there. Mother Earth will never let us fly off into space. She holds us. She holds us, she hugs us, she cares for us. So settle in now. Feel your skin. Oh my goodness. Feel your skin. Feel the temperatures on your skin. How they vary from skin that might be exposed to skin that's covered. Feel the air moving around you. Feel the texture of the fabric that's touching your skin. And now, without changing anything, let's just scan starting at the top of your head and move down your body and just notice all of the sensations that are in your head, your forehead, your face, and just follow that down, scanning your body, noticing where there might be pain or where there might be tightness or tension, where things might feel stagnant, like they're not moving. Places that might feel tingly or numb, hot or cold. Scanning your insides as well. This is a wonderful thing to do with your body because you know how we all love to be seen, right? We love to know that someone is regarding us and seeing us and listening to us, giving us their care and attention. And your body needs that from you too. So tell your body, I see you, and give her a big hug. I see you, I love you, I'm grateful for you. Thank you for carrying me through every step of every day of my entire life. You have never let me down. Sometimes I'm not the best caregiver, but I'm working on that. And just send a message of love and acceptance to your body. I accept you with all of your uniqueness, your quirks, your quote disorders, your differentness, your juiciness. I love you and I accept every bit of you. You are mine, mine, mine. Kiss yourself. Now, settle in again and let's put the attention down at your root chakra, right at the base of your spine. And as you do, also pay attention to your breath, especially on the exhale, making sure that you get good, long, complete exhales. Now let the area of your root chakra begin to tingle and let that center open up and allow an extension of your energy body to grow down into the earth. And you can make it look like whatever you want it to look like. Pure light, a root, a lightning rod, even an electrical cord, whatever works best for you. Let it grow down into the earth, deep down in, until it's time for it to stop. And then allow everything that you noticed that didn't feel so good in your body, allow all of that to drain down the root. So you can feel from the top of your head everything just draining down, everything that's heavy or dense, everything that's prickly or hot or cold to an excess, anything that's painful, anything that's tense. Just let it all flow out with great ease. And as it does, you notice that your body is so much more relaxed. And the relaxation allows your cells to separate with a little bit of space between them, and they breathe. So when you inhale, the oxygen that comes in moves between your cells and into your cells, and everything becomes more spacious, more oxygenated. And with every exhale, everything that does not serve you. Everything that is used up can leave easily and effortlessly. And now putting your attention on your energy that goes down into the earth. Feel it begin to absorb the earth energy. Earth is attracted to this, your piece of earth, and your root starts to soak up that earth energy and it begins to rise up the root. And you can see it as a green and gold double helix, and it comes into your physical body and you feel it rush down your legs, bringing all kinds of tingles. You might feel your hair rise a little bit down to your toes. And then it continues to rush into your body and it fills up your pelvis. And it fills up your low belly. And you feel your sacral chakra light up orange. And your root chakra light up red. And it rises up to your solar plexus. And you feel that center light up golden sunny yellow. Feel the tingles that come with it, and let it rise up to your heart chakra and watch that center open and flash out beautiful green, front and back. And let it rise up to your shoulders and rush down your arms to your fingertips. And feel it rise up into your neck, where your throat chakra lights up sky blue front and back. And then up into your head, bringing even more relaxation to all of those muscles. And you feel your third eye chakra light up in vivid cobalt blue. The back of that center is right at the base of your skull. And then feel it rise up to the crown of your head, which lights up in a gorgeous purple lotus of light. Just for you, violet lotus. And you feel that lotus open, those 1,000 petals open. And now exhaling all the way. On the next inhale, we bring up even more earth energy, green and gold, brilliant. Filling up the body so bright, release only the breath. And a second time. Turn it up, bright, 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 releasing only the breath. And a third time. So bright, vibrant, and sparkling, and release out the crown. And let it come arcing down, raining down, rushing down all around you, creating this beautiful egg or sphere, this beautiful shape around you, coming down around on all sides, coming down, touching the earth, sinking down and hugging that root and back down into the earth. And just watch this circuit up through your body where it spreads out into your body, touching everything, and then up out through your crown and down around the outside. Notice the outside of this sphere or this egg, how it is solid but moving, fluid, elastic, permeable, only solid if you really need it to be, but it is complete, no holes, no gaps, no dimness, no darkness. Allow this to filter your experience so that you can observe everything but not absorb anything except which you need. And now reaching up into the cosmos, tapping into cosmic energy and letting it rush, rush, rush down into your body, silver and blue. Rushing down through your head, down your arms, down through your torso, down to your toes. joining with the green and gold, spiraling blue and silver, hooking up like little magnets into these wonderful little spinning units that are perfectly balanced and containing all of the energy you need to heal your body, to heal your mind, to heal your spirit, to heal your emotions. And to help us be open to receive from spirit, from the universe. And you let that blue silver go down your root a little ways until it joins the circle, the sphere, and let it rise up the outside and back up into the heavens. And now just breathe in this energy. Notice that the blue, silver, the green and gold, these little particles now fill up the inside of your sphere. So you not only have it filling up your inside, but you're also bathing in it inside of this beautiful sphere. And we'll let this healing energy do its work for this time, and then exhaling. Nice big deep inhale. And on the next exhale, let's push out an outer layer and feel it snap into the grid, the seed of life, this beautiful living grid of energy that we make together. And let this be a source for you, whatever you need right now, as you're watching this in your time and place, whether you're watching this live or not. You can hook into this grid and gain the benefits that it brings. And now, inviting your spirit in, your guides, your gods and goddesses, whatever names you call them by. You can say them out loud and invite them into this circle, this grid, as our loving energy, our energy of community and hopefulness and just wild spirit, so that this can circulate within all of us. And come on back to the time, the place. I'm messing with my hair. Yes, I am. Oh, well. Okay. Now, let's meet the decks. This one, I let the dice pick the decks tonight, and this is the one that called to me, and now I'm remembering there was another one when I was out in the car that called to me that I forgot about. I may have to grab her. Anyway, this is the Dancing in the Dark deck. This was the only other one that hollered to me before I decided to let the dice pick, and by golly, the dice picked it. So, Dancing in the Dark, this is an LS deck, Lo Scarabeo. This is Gianfranco Pereno. And it's a wonderful little deck. It really is. And then we have the Chrysalis Tarot. This was a gift from Catherine. Paintings by Holly Sierra, written by Tony Brooks. Catherine gifted me with both the deck and the expanded book, which is also amazing. This deck is a thing unto itself. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And this was the first deck that the dice picked, which is perfect because this is us right now. This is us in the chrysalis. We have the old stuff has kind of dissolved into a big puddle of goo, and we spent a bunch of time there. Now it's forming. Now it is forming into the butterfly. And this one, the Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. This is by Dan May. It's a US Games deck. I don't think I've pulled this deck out since I very first got it. In fact, I'd forgotten about it because it's like in the double stack and I didn't see it for a while. So the Gentle Creatures is going to be wonderful. This is an interesting deck. This is, it's just called Angel Oracle, and it's by Sulamith Wölfing. There are umlauts involved, so I may have gotten that wrong. At any rate, when I was first living in Kent back in the 80s, there was a place called News and Tobacco, and that's pretty much what they had. They had magazines, they had newspapers, they had tobacco, and they had wonderful greeting cards. And I used to go in and just buy greeting cards for the art. And I had actually this particular card, and a couple others, because the artwork is just so exquisite. It's just really finely detailed, absolutely gorgeous. And then I found this deck. So there's the image, and then there's the writing on the back, and the dice picked it. So here we go. Then we have Mermaids and Dolphins, and this was a gift deck from Darcy, I do believe, to my son Tam. So I borrowed this from Tam. And then we have, come on, the Golden Tarot. And this wasn't the first, the dice did not pick this one first. They picked the Jungian Tarot, and I pushed it out of the way because it is a very deep deck, and I didn't feel like doing that. And this is a stellar deck. So this is by Cat Black, if I hadn't said that. Artwork looks like a cross between yes, Susan Seddon-Boulay, absolutely. She's very much in that vein, but the artwork is completely stunning. All right, so let's grab the Astro dice. Oh, okay, let me see. Let me catch up with Kitty. Yes, we're calling. I like it. He has not come yet. Oh, well. Don't you love it when in the middle of meditation you're working on releasing things and all of a sudden you're coughing, massively sneezing, and then even more massive amounts of mucus being released? Yay, that means it's working. May we all release all the gunk that we don't need anymore. So we have Mercury in Taurus, and oh yes, I did mention that. Mercury turned on Sunday. So off we go. Mercury in Taurus in the 12th. Practical communications from Spirit. Signs and symbols from Spirit. Communication in a physical way. So we can talk about symbols showing up. Some people do, the pennies from heaven thing. It could be... this could actually talk about writing too, because Taurus really brings it into that physical material realm, and Mercury is, communication and the mental. So we can talk about doing that in a physical way. And 12th house, of course, is the subconscious and spirit. So communications that are very practical, but straight from spirit. And that's what I'm looking for today. I think that we are in this time where, think about what's going on in the world. And it's like Spirit is communicating in a very practical way where we are, yeah, that's a little bit better. We're seeing the manifestation of what Spirit is trying to tell us. And as we've kind of fallen in line and started to make changes on our own, and raise our own awareness, we're manifesting. We are manifesting, and we're manifesting quickly. They don't call Mercury Quicksilver for nothing. It's quick. So rapid manifestation of Spirit here on Earth. I think that's all I have to say about those. That's, what more do you need to say? So that means it's time for the tiny die. Drawing, creating things, allowing Spirit to flow through us and out our hands. Yes, absolutely. What's manifestation? It's taking something from here, bringing it through your body into the element of earth. When you bring it through your body, you clothe it in earth. So are we writing? Are we sculpting? Are we painting? Are we massaging? Are we doing Reiki and sending healing energy? What are we bringing through our body, and how is it manifesting? All right, number 2 is the chrysalis. Yay. Hi, Amy. Welcome, my dear. All right, I gave him a really good shuffle beforehand, so we're gonna What do we need to know, dear Chrysalis deck, this wonderful gift? A couple people gathered here tonight. Oh, used to dance and need to get back into dancing. This weekend is a gathering called Rootstock that our friends have had for 30 some years now. We've been going for 20 years, which is pretty shocking. But have played music there in the past, and I had a set aside for me this year, and I had to message today and say, strike me from the list, because I don't yet have the physicality, recovering from the year I lost on those medications, that medication, but I haven't quite gained back my baseline of physicality to play the guitar and sing. I've did some little practices, and I can't just full on play, and it hurt my hands so bad, and my vocal cords took such a hit from the air quality and the pollen. So it's like I'm not going to struggle and try to do a set that I'm just not physically up for. And I don't feel sad about it. It's just the way things are, I'll get back. So teeny tiny itty bitty die. Yes, Catherine, I love this deck. Mercury retro making jokes. Uh-huh. Yep. You knew one of them was me. Yes, absolutely. Good. Oh, Amy, I'm so glad you're here, dear. No, this is for the collective. So I do readings, just what do we collectively need, and there's usually something personal in it for everybody too. So so yes, that's what we do. And Samantha, I did do dances back in April or May, can't remember when it was. And I will be doing them again. It just, we don't bounce back like we used to, do we? All right. So we start with the 8 of Scrolls, and we go to the Watcher, Queen of Mirrors, and 3 of Stones. Then we have 3 of Spirals. We have Elpie, the Star. And we have 10 of Spirals. Okay, so now I haven't picked up this deck in a little while. Scrolls are swords, right? Stones are obviously pentacles. Spirals are wands. And mirrors are cups. Yes. So here we go. Let's just go intuitively first. So look at this. She's got her hands on this crystal ball, and look at all the empty scrolls up here. So it's just sort of that blank page tuning in, and what is it? What's the message that's going to come out of this? What am I going to write on these scrolls? And we've got a desert down below with a camel. So, part of this, I'm looking at it and thinking, this almost looks like writer's drought, writer's block of, please give me some, because I'm trying to write, and the scrolls are staying blank. So okay, story time. When my ex-husband had left me and my daughter, and I was living in a place I couldn't afford to live in, but the amazing landlord let me stay there an entire year before he sought to get us out. And it took every bit of that to get out of there. But I had gone through a time in that year of just, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I was getting desperate about it. And so I was, throwing cards and just like begging Goddess, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, save me, help me, save me, help me. Please, 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 you. And I was getting absolutely nothing. I was hearing like silence. So I went, okay, that's the way it is it? And I remember I did a spell, and I don't remember if it was this particular spell, but I did a lot of candle magic at the time. And I did a spell, and I took it out into, it was more of an offering, took it out into, there was a little circle of oak trees in the backyard of this place. And I went out there and said, okay, I offer you my devotion, and um, all I ask, I don't ask for your help anymore. All I ask is for the strength to do this on my own. And I am telling you, the shift was instantaneous. Whoosh, everything lit up. And the difference there is the disempowered stance of help me, help me, help me. I'm powerless, I'm helpless. It's up to you, you know? And the no, there's only me. So all I ask is for your support. Remember that old thing, God helps those who help themselves? When you recognize it's up to you and that Goddess is in you, and you just say, give me the strength to do this on my own, she says, that's now you're in the power place. Now you're operating from a place of power rather than a place of I don't have any power. Someone must do it for me, right? So the Eight of Scrolls is like the Eight of Swords of, I'm powerless and I'm trapped, I'm trapped, I'm trapped. Let me out, somebody let me out. And all I have to do is, peek through that blindfold to see, oh, I have to do is let this thing drop and walk out of the swords. I'm the one that put me here. So looking at what state of mind we've been carrying on that's keeping us kind of stuck and powerless feeling. Then we have the Queen of Mirrors, the Watcher. That's one of my cards. She's the one that knows and sees. And she's looking over this way. She's looking to the feminine side. She's looking to the past side. She's looking to the subconscious side. So talking about finding answers from spirit within, I'm looking at the globes repeated here as well, the orbs. So talking about really tapping into that love inside, that psychic sense that we know intimately. And then over here, look at the fire and the dolmen. Look at the passage here. And the three owls. So we get that idea of collaboration, of coming together around a fire, perhaps to dance, Planning is the key word there. So let me look up the Watcher. Oh, that's right, they do the chords separately. Wait a minute, where are they? Where are you? Here she is. Contemplative, intuitive, the role is mystic. So this is where we get mystical and magical and connect with the gods and say, I am a powerful witch. Support me in my magic. Here's what I'm going to do. Looking to the past to see, here's the times I've done magic where it was just mind-blowingly magical. All right. And then combining that with our others, the rest of our tribe, Then we've got the Three of Spirals down here. So the Three of Wands says things start coming to fruition. Look at the Buddha peering out of the branches there. And then we have Elpie the Star. Let me look this one up. Ooh, rejection. I'm going to read this one. The Three of Scrolls is about the pain of letting go. Okay, so even though we want this shift desperately, we do have some things that we need to let go of in order to really fully get there. And the first thing we need to let go of is our damn victimhood, is the idea that this is all somebody else's fault and somebody else has to fix this, right? It's up to us. Our sorrowful fox sheds purple teardrops. Oh, wait a minute, I'm looking at spirals. Oh, sorry. Where are they? Oh, for Pete's sake. Here we go. Now, contemplation. I was going to say rejection, didn't quite get me there. Contemplation. This card arouses a thoughtful Cambodian monk from his meditation. He senses a helping hand may be required to move a project along to successful completion. This card's energy is self-expressive, so final decisions are yours alone to make. However, the Three of Spirals is about maintaining an open mind and entertaining the helpful counsel of others. Active contemplation assists your decision making by producing crystalline energy that clears your head. Active contemplation. This card reminds you that the rigors of everyday life may sap your energy and urges you to slow things down. Look at the roots curling. So, slowing down, really looking at this time, because here's the thing too. You want to really be present in this time because it's an amazing time. This is incredible. I mean, look at how much we still talk about the 1930s and what happened with World War II. And we are in as significant, as consequential a time as that. And so you want to be present for it. You know, we think, did we ever think this is going to be happening in our lives? And we've spent so many years recently just trying to get away from it and trying not to think about it. So now it's time to bring yourself fully here and watch, observe, listen, think. Look at this. Look at how things have changed. And remind yourself, I mean, it's been a sea change since just 4 weeks ago. Remind yourself what it was like 4 weeks ago and how desperate and scared we were. Think about it and think about how much different you feel now. Turn on a dime. And it keeps building and it keeps moving forward. And what is it? It's the star. It's hope. And then we have the 10 of spirals. We still have a load to carry. We still have lots of work to do. We still have an immense amount of corruption. We still have things severely out of whack with capitalism. So there's so much work to do. But now it's time to start thinking about what's your wish list for this time? Blue wave, for the blue wave. What's your wish list? I know I got mine. Supreme Court, election reform, overturning of Citizens United, cross-country high-speed rail, free college for everyone in the US, there's so many things, but we can do it. So now it's time to make that list. This is Crossroads, 10 of spirals. Oh, to be fully human. Indeed. This centaur is sometimes ruled by his human heart, other times by his base instincts. Bound up bundles of negative energy symbolize his past regrets, missed opportunities, and unbecoming behavior, an unbearable burden. He arrives at a crossroads, the ultimate symbol for life-changing choice. You guys, I'm getting choked up, so I know I'm hitting some spots out there and in here. The 10 of spirals in your reading is a cue to improve your energy and lighten your load. Draw the reins in on the difficult cycle this card signifies and choose the high road. This card says, don't play the blame game. You put the past behind you and don't look back. So the blame game comes out of victimhood when we don't want to claim responsibility and we find somebody else to blame. So that's a disempowered stance and it helps you be victimized. So we need to look at what habits of mind we developed through the dark days, the dark ages, and how we can unburden ourselves of those things and go beyond the dark days and think about patterns of mind that you developed in your family of origin, that you developed maybe through an abusive relationship, that you developed through being a woman or a person of color or an LGBTQ person in this hostile culture. What are the things that you developed that now perhaps you might be able to let go of? So, the mistake of this, letting go, is pertinent. And we can let go because now we have help, we have support, we have the intuition, we have the brain, and we have the blank canvas in front of us, the blank scroll. I want to look at her too. It's an invitation. Illusion is that. Okay, so yes, the illusions that keep us bound. Look at this, illusions, and here's where we need to unburden ourselves of those illusions. And sometimes these mindsets were necessary to survive. They really were. So it's easier to let go of them if you acknowledge that this wasn't a total mistake and I'm not just a jerk. You know, I took these on in order to survive, and I thank you for being there to get me through, and now you can go. Now you can go. Good start. Good start. Okay. Helping coming up with better movement activities. Okay. Yep, chair yoga. There's all kinds of stuff. I'm looking into these things. I want to look at the silver sneakers up at Kent Rec Center. So, all right. Yes, the artwork is fabulous. A lovely illustration of being a solution seeker instead of a problem solver. Yep. Camel's like a tie to the high priestess. Really? Really? Yes. Okay, tell me more about that. Tell me more, Catherine. Developing a better way to live with Mother Earth. All right, as I pull up the next deck, think about that and tell me more about the camel being a tie to the high priestess. And wait, here. Let's look here. And it was 8 of Scrolls. Okay. Our Egyptian visionary is colorful and clever when reporting psychic forays into the future. We wonder about the 8 scrolls, though. Are they merely illusions, or do they truly predict the future? Fortune-telling, like divination, is the practice of predicting something about someone's life. On my father's side of the family, as with many old-world Irish, there was a long history of fortune-telling. But my grandmother was the inspiration for this card. She was often graced with prophetic dreams and could read the tea leaves. While my father was serving in World War II, my granny awakened one morning from a fitful dream that he had drowned. It turned out my father, who had never learned to swim, had fallen into a river in the Solomon Islands. Luckily, he was rescued by one of his buddies. Okay, so I'm scanning for camel. Okay, so I'm practicing, and do you see I went through the book and wrote the keywords from the small book into this one because they didn't show up, and they're so good. All right, I don't see the camel, but you can tell me. All right, one interpretation is the high priestess is a representation of the goddess Isis. Okay, ties strongly. You see the camel in the Thoth high priestess. Oh, Gimel. Oh. You can tell I'm not a Thoth baby. Thank you, Catherine. See, this is what I love about my channel. That I'm not the expert here. I'm a practitioner, and these are readings for the collective by the collective. So, thank you. All right. Number 5. That is mermaids and dolphins. This is going to be fun. Yeah, the Hebrew part. I've never learned the Hebrew alphabet, and, there are reasons for that. First of all, it's just not part of my cultural heritage, Either genetically or spiritually, because I do not subscribe to the Abrahamic religions in any way, shape, or form. Okay, here we go. So we have, I'll pull them down a little bit here. You don't have to be quite that far away from me. All right. So we have the Nereid, which says holding on to the ideal while endeavoring to attain it will help to realize it. Holding to the ideal while endeavoring to attain it will help to realize it. All right. Over here we have the Merman, which I just recently read is also called a Merow, M-E-R-O-W, and I can't remember which deck that came out of, but it was a deck. The longings of your heart can become actual realities. This is King Poseidon expecting the best of yourself expecting the best of yourself brings out great things in you. Okay, so let's take that line by itself. That we hold to an ideal and we understand that this longing that lives in us can become a reality. We can channel that into the physical. And then this, expecting the best of ourselves. So we need to hold on to these two things, that we can make what's in our hearts manifest, and we can expect the best of ourselves, not perfection. And this is a tricky one. This is a tricky one because that can be an invitation to self-bullying, an invitation to hold yourself to a standard and then feel that you don't measure up to it. So I think that if we think, I expect the best of myself, it is that part that remains true to spirit, that remains true to what I know to be true, that everything is connected, that we're not separate beings, that we're all in this reality together, that all of us wants, each one of us wants the same things in life, and each one of us deserves everything that we need in order to live, in order to express the spirit that's in us. So the best of us is that spirit that's in us that we want to express. And when we hold to the ideals that we believe in, that we know to be true, and we can manifest, we can bring this internal spirit into the outer world through expression. Now we have the great sea serpent. Enthusiasm helps you to achieve the impossible. The narwhal, as your confidence increases, so does your ability. So, when we start to manifest the best of ourselves and the truest part of ourselves, when we drop the masks and we hold to that person that we are here to become, we are constantly becoming. And when we allow that becoming to happen without compromise, without apology, then we start to see what's in there, and the confidence increases. We become more enthusiastic, and when we're enthusiastic about something, it's that much more possible. And then down at the bottom we have the sperm whale. Make friends with the cheerful and optimistic. So this deck, of course, is more geared towards children. This is a Gillian Kemp deck. I have one on fairies of hers and one of trees, and they are definitely a younger vibe, but they're wonderful. They're gentle, they're optimistic, they're encouraging. So we end up again with that idea of friends. We had that 3 of spirals or stones over here with the owls coming together. So we come together with that tribe, and I mean, have you ever experienced such a tribal coming together as we are experiencing right now? We see ourselves reflected back to each other all over the place, and what we're seeing is the best of ourselves, the optimistic parts of ourselves, the hopeful parts, the parts that understand that it's possible. We've been in despair for so long. So, all right, I think that was just good validation that we are where we are, that we have reason to be hopeful. Now, and you know what? I'm going to grab that other deck. This was actually the first one that hollered at me in the car. So we're going to grab her as well. Because why not? This is the Wild Woman Oracle. It's a rock pool. It's Cheyenne Zarate. And it's an amazing deck. Let's just take 3 from here. Okay. Oops. But we have the Creatrix. Creativity, reconciliation, and the unknown. So here's creativity. Matawaka's truth is reconciliation. And Hecate, Queen of the Crossroads. So here we have Crossroads again, the unknown. Well, let's go. The siren, the call of the siren, sexuality. Vasilisa the wise, intuition. And voice of the outcast, advocacy. Okay. Well, the creatrix, so what can we create? We can come and start forging an unknown path, a new path towards reconciliation. They have worked so hard to divide us, and it was effective in a lot of ways. It was very effective. So now it's time to find a new path forward together in reconciliation. I am so happy that one of the first things Kamala did this week was to create Republicans for Harris. So not asking the people that have voted on the other side to change their identity for us, not asking them to be somebody they're not or become one of us. We're just asking them to support progress, and denounce fascism. And we've given them a place to do that. And what I'm really feeling is that the Republican Party is just going to go away, and we will end up with a new right that kind of splits off the conservatives, But I mean, the name Republican has been so tainted. At any rate, there's reconciliation happening. We're finding a way forward into an unknown future. We don't know how it's going to work out, but we know it's going to be fabulous. Then we have sexuality and intuition. And what I was getting here, especially with reconciliation, is, we're also going through a time of just milestones in new understandings of what it means to be human, and that so many things are a spectrum. It's not binary. We are non-binary. Altogether, we're non-binary. And so the embracing of a more spherical model of sexuality rather than just a, line. Did you get that symbology? The circle instead of the line? I know you did. Anyway, inclusiveness, reconciliation, intuition. Look at how they're looking towards the future here. Intuition can guide us onto this unknown path. And what do we have here? Voice of the outcast, advocacy. Those of us who are having an easier time, those of us who have always been in because we're white, really need to open up that throat chakra and advocate for the ones that are not, ones that we need to reconcile with, ones that need fair treatment at the hands of our culture and our government, right? So, and creativity at the top says, this is it. We get to create new. We get to create it from scratch, you guys. Not quite from scratch, but you know what I mean. Okay. So thank you. I'm glad I remembered that deck. Now, oh, there it is. I lost the tiny die for a minute. Number 2, that's Chrysalis. We've already done that. It wants it wants to go again. And 2 and 5. Okay, I'd like a different one now. Not 2 or 5, 6. Thank you. Makes you want to go start shooting craps when you... Yippee! Here we go, Mercury retro. Makes you want to start shooting craps when you keep trying to roll a different number and you keep rolling the same one. Ah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Sam. All right, cat. Whoa, woohoo! Here we go. Here we frickin' go. All right. There and there. So we have the 7 of coins. We have the Emperor. Let me pull him down from the get-go here. And we have the King of coins. Review. Waiting, gestation. Look at him. He's like, ugh. He's waiting to. 5 of cups. Loss, judgment, and the Page of Swords. All right. Let's see what we got here. We've got the 7 of coins. So like I said, review, waiting for the harvest, knowing that things take time and that we cannot push that harvest. You can't yank the plants up out of the ground and make them be whole until it's time for them to be whole, until they grow into that wholeness. So we also have to be patient with ourselves, because it's not going to be, fait accompli. Once the election's over and we see how things are going to change, we're stuck with the circumstances we're in now until January. And you better believe some people are going to make a mess. Look at me. I feel like I've got an afro. This is so wonderful. I love it so much. Anyway, sorry. I'm back. So we have this period to go through, and there's this, it's like a gap. I just heard no man's land, because there's going to be so much fucking shenanigans going on. Shenanigans is such a mild word. There's going to be some big shit going on, you guys. So don't let yourself get set up that the election is it and it's all going to be sunshine and roses after that. No, then the real work of cleaning up the mess begins. And then in January, the real work of cleaning up the mess begins. So, gestation, waiting, and let's think of something to do while we're waiting. Mr. Rogers, what are we going to do? How are we going to wait? The Emperor talks about that authority and what happens when authority has to wait. It can get kind of frustrating. But here we have that authority, empowerment, and then we've got the King of Coins, the purse strings, the money. Okay. Let's come down here. Loss, judgment, transformation. Okay, and then the Page of Swords. Let's see what else we have here. We have the Ace of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Two of Cups. All right, let's put these over here. So, a lot going on. And we have this, the fat cats with the money here, the Emperor and the King of Cups. Money is power. Power is money, And those things have gotten tangled. They've gotten very tangled. And not just power, but maleness as well. Maleness and money have been the things, and power have been the gods that we've prayed to as a society for far too long. And something coming across Facebook that was talking about, there's an education crisis, there's a healthcare crisis, there's an energy crisis, and all of these crises, the people that are making money in those areas there's record-breaking profits. So it's like, yeah, what's the crisis? The crisis is capitalism. We're in crisis with capitalism because we have too long let money be the only thing that brings people into power, because the people with the most money can win the elections, right? So that's the election reform part of no longer can, what needs to happen. It's like I look at Britain and go, oh, you guys have it so right here that they get, what do they get? 2 months? 6 weeks, something just ridiculous. Everybody gets the same amount of money and you get this amount of time to make your case. That's the way it needs to be. It needs to be an equal playing field. But we've got this hierarchy, higher, richer. This is what brings people into power. And that's where we began to go wrong. Now, and that's why we're in this position of loss. We have lost so much. But here's that chrysalis card. Transformation is nigh. Look at this. Spirit coming down saying, all right, time, it's resurrection time. It's time for the old to be shed, for the dead to be buried, and for the new to rise in a new form. Then we've got the Page of Swords. Ideas, the intellect, the truth coming out. So waiting for the truth. This, God, this kind of looks like the Jesus, doesn't he? That's what I've been calling him lately, Jesus. So It kind of looks like him, in court, sitting here waiting for justice. But there's all kinds of stuff coming out every single day about new corruption, so it's just going to be, we're not going to be waiting for long. But Page of Swords says the truth is coming out. Ace of Cups says there is a reason to be happy. Look at it facing the Three of Swords, even as we grieve. And then the Two of Cups taking this into partnership. Definitely a partnership theme tonight. But that Three of Swords, again, it reminds us we still have so much. I mean, think about how many times that Three of Swords has come up in the last, how many readings? How many readings? And we had, no, that was spirals. Okay, never mind. So, same messages, but this one in particular was more about the patriarchy, and that, we are still waiting for some bricks to fall out of that wall. Three of Swords is a constant reminder. Yes, it is. And you think, do we have to be reminded that things are fucked up and that, we've had a lot of heartache? Yes, we do, because it's so easy to kind of get high on the wave that's happening and sort of forget that we still have a lot of troubles. And if we push those away and go, no, everything's great now, when they crop up again, it's going to suck even harder, right? All right, 5. We've done 5. What do we have left? We have 1, 3, and 4. 3. Okay. The gentle creatures. Here's the gentle creatures, and I have to look these up because they do have names on them. All right. And there's our smaller set. So we're just going to start like this. Sorry, my water is making a puddle. Hold on. Do I have a... No. My ice water's making a puddle. I don't want my cards to get wet. All right. So, all. Beacon. Groove. Meet. Turn back. Kindred spirits. And then there's a last one. So look at this. All kindred spirits meet. So all, that's us. That's it. That's everything. That's the truth. That's the truth. All. Unity. All of us together. The universe. I love little mind-blowing things like, Horton Hears a Who, when you think, okay, what if we are just a dust speck on the end of somebody's nose and they're getting ready to sneeze? It's just like, to think of how big we feel and how big our world feels, and then when we really acknowledge how tiny we are, when you look at the Earth from space, and just that shifting of perspective. But I like this picture where he's going like this. Where is the all? It's not out there. It's here. The all, the everything, the unity is right here, and it's right here in your hands, in a dust speck in your hand. So we can be a beacon with our groove, when we get into the groove and we get into our magical flow, and we're going with the energies instead of against them, and we're doing our manifestation work, we can, it radiates out, and it can be a beacon that can help others and help guide them in to that flow. So I'm thinking about that advocacy card, and I was just really thinking about those that we see, maybe people on your Facebook feed who live alone, who have a lonely existence, or maybe people that have just had a lot of struggle with being accepted, with having that sense of validation. And how can we be a beacon to them? How can we shine our light out to them? And what we can do, first of all, is shine it to the all right here. Just shine our light. When you do your magic, here's the all. I'm looking at it, this intense ball of light that encompasses everything, and we can shine our light and our beacon towards that. My hands are so hot right now. They're just, the Reiki just heat up. So, and then groove, that it's a rhythm. The entire universe is music. It's a rhythm and a frequency. Keep your music flowing, keep your groove going. Music can do so much to shift your mood and your consciousness. So we get our groove going until we're really feeling in the flow. Shine out that light. This is interesting, the meet and turn back. I want to read on that. There it is, right here, under my very nose. Okay. Oh, Marilyn, you love this deck too, huh? Sam says fast repeating bursts from outer space. Yep. It's like the Marseille cats, the keywords forming a sentence. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely it is. All right, let's look at turn back. Thank God these are in alphabetical order. Okay. Our gentle creature has turned away from the girl offering to share her light. So there's a young girl here. With the creature's back turned on even the brilliance of the moon, they cannot see past their own gloom. Will they continue to move into the unknown and the unseen? They appear to intentionally not listen to their own heart whispering, turn, turn, turn. And by turning, we come round right. When we are deep within a place of sadness or hurt, it can be difficult to find a way to realign ourselves. This card offers an opportunity to pause. Let the softness of the moon and the sweetness of the gift offered, guide you back to a better place. There's no need to assume that your actions taken while consumed by sadness and grief make you anything other than a being who has been hurt. Turn back, apologize, take the light and take her hand. Let the companionship of a silent, understanding friend comfort you in this time. All you have to do is turn back. Your only obstacle is within yourself. Turn, turn, turn. So again, who is it that has turned away? Maybe because there's been a wound, and maybe they just don't have it in them to reconcile and to make things better. We had reconciliation too. So maybe you shine that light softly at first here, or you're shining your beacon and they're going, oh, that person's so bright and they've got it all together and I fucked everything up and I'm not worthy. And you can just offer a little bit of that light back here. You too, this light is for you too. And then you become kindred spirits rather than the other. If you can meet people where they are and understand, I keep thinking of a commercial that was out a while ago, and they had like somebody, a liberal and a conservative, meet together over, I think it was Heineken commercial, sit down and have a beer together, knowing nothing about each other, and they start to get to know each other and they find common ground, and then afterwards they learn, oh, they're like political opposites. But it's where we meet that counts, not the ideologies, the ideas. What separates us is ideas, you guys. The reality is we are not separate. We are kindred spirits. So we need to turn back and help to reclaim these people that have lost their groove. You know, I think we can reclaim a lot of people through this wonderful vibe of hope. And the last one we get here is uprooted. Ooh, I'm going to look that one up too. Yes, to everything there is a season. Okay. Uprooted. And when we turn, yes, when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. Kneeling in a field of familiar flowers, this creature studies a handful of roots. They've been called to another field far from this one. With some regret, some sadness, they contemplate the meaning of roots.
There's also a sense of hope here. They know that this field has been home for many seasons, but by taking this small bundle of roots, they will be able to plant a new place for themselves. It will not be this one, but they will be able to create something for others that also has roots and connections. By embracing this feeling of being uprooted, they can fill themselves with hope instead of dread. We're uprooted right now, and it's a wonderful thing. The unknown is waiting for them to answer the call. Their own love of home will never be forgotten. They're simply answering their own internal GPS, pointing them towards a new future they hadn't considered until just this moment. Ask yourself how uprooting yourself has brought you to where you are. Follow your roots back to recall why you chose to move forward. Being uprooted isn't the worst thing in the world. Sometimes you are being given the opportunity to spread out in new ways, and sometimes we have to uproot because the growth is happening, and it hurts to stay rooted when our spirit is ready to move forward. It's a little different, but I just thought of that quote that I heard from Joseph Campbell, but I don't remember the source of it. And it was, you have to want enlightenment as much as a man with his hair on fire wants a pond to dive into. Where you've just, it's a hard road, and so you really have to want it passionately. But it's also the there's a saying about the, help me out here, everybody. It was like the pain of staying who you are was greater than the pain of growing. It's real. I have a real tenuous grip on that. See if you can come up with it, anybody. But yeah, we are uprooting right now. But we're uprooting in order to plant in a more fertile place, in a more friendly place, in a more spacious place where there's room for all of us. All right. We have 1 and we have 4. I don't know why I'm stuffing up, but I am. I was thinking about the days when I used to start my lives with lighting a little candle, a little tea light, and by the end of it, I'd be going, oh, you guys, I'm getting a headache and I'm all stuffed up, not knowing that I can't be around paraffin because it's petrol based. Okay. Yes, we have our groove on. Yep, seeing the worst can help us strive for the best. That's absolutely true. Number 6. We already did number 6. I want a 1 or a 4, please. That's a 5. I want a 1 or a 4, please. That's a 4. Yay! So here we go to the angels. All right. I was watching a video today, and it was a psychologist, and she was talking about things that we do if we were children that grew up not being listened to. Yeah. And one of them was that we fill in space with like and so because we're afraid to leave a gap in the talking, because if we leave a gap they might abandon us. And I went oof, I said. So I'm trying to be more friends with the silence, the space between. Samantha says, change what happens when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Change happens when the pain of staying the same. Yes, the pain of not changing is greater than the pain of changing. Absolutely. All right. Angels, angels, angels. What do you have to tell us about where we are tonight? I put them so far away from me. Now we won't know what they say till we turn them over. But look how beautiful these are. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see the images better. I forget that I can do this on a live. Okay. And now I'm kind of in the way, so let me do this. Now, up here, we have these two beautiful, obviously a spiritual being and an earthly being. This one's called spirituality. On the spiritual life, all paths lead to the same place. This is a little bit like that all card, right? All spiritual paths lead to the same place. So let's talk about the Middle East. Oh, talk about illusion. You know, these people that have come from the same roots. All right. Let's not talk about the Middle East. Beauty. Beauty emerges when form reflects eternity. Now, there's no book to read with these. This is it. So this is all just what we get from it. Beauty emerges when form reflects eternity. What the hell does that mean? Okay, so I'm thinking about form following function. You know, the best forms happen when its form follows function and not the other way around. But beauty, so that spirit, when form reflects eternity, when we have let go of the temporal, of the temporary, and we've hooked into the eternal through our spirituality, when we're channeling that eternal, there's Mercury in the 12th house, when communication is happening from spirit, you know? And beauty isn't necessarily pretty. Just want you to know that too. This one says realization. The only thing a computer cannot do compared to a human being is to look into the evening sky. Well, there's a lot more that it can't do, but it's true. We're not computers. We're not machines. We are not predestined to just hack away at life, wondering how we're going to feed ourselves and live. We are here to express something. We were put here to channel spirit, to bring something specific through, something beautiful through. And we can realize that when we take the time to change our perspective, look up at that brilliant night sky. Eternity is an unending beginning. Karma, one is punished by one's sin. Oh, one is punished by one's sins, not for them. And I just read something about, it was talking about Judaism and sin, and the idea that sin isn't, what was it? Doing bad acts. It's when we lose our humanity, when we forget our own humanity. And so we start treating people as other, as foreigners, as immigrants, as. Okay, and this one is courage. The greatest test of courage on earth is to bear defeat without losing heart. Wow. Okay. So all of these are just talking about us as channels of spirit, as eternity and karma. Eternity is an unending beginning, and then what is karma? Cause and effect. It's merely cause and effect. It doesn't have to be that each time we're defeated that we are an utter failure. It's that wheel of fortune. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't work out according to what we expect. And one of the biggest setups in our entire lives is expectations, what we expect to happen. When it doesn't expect, we think something's wrong, or when it doesn't turn out the way we expect, we think something went wrong. I'm using a lot of bunny ears tonight, sorry. So, karma is cause and effect. When we have taken an action that is less than who we are as a human being, as a carrier of spirit, we can look at that and say, okay, what do I have to do to atone, to bring it back into alignment, to bring things to the good side, and then understand that that doesn't mean that I'm a horrible person for good and forever. It just means that I have forgotten my humanity for a moment. And the good news there is we can make things right. We can acknowledge, we can accept responsibility, we can atone, we can pay back, right? So I think, again, just messages of hope. Let me see here. Let's do this so I can see the keywords. Spirituality, beauty, realization. You know, realization means to make real, to make manifest, to make, oh, this is a thing that exists, right? Beauty is a real thing, and it comes from spirit. Eternity is a hell of a long time. There's a lot of actions that we're going to take that are less than who we are, less than our human potential. So we have to have courage to keep moving forward and to keep trying and doing things, knowing that we're going to transgress, knowing that we're going to fuck up sometimes, and knowing that we can make it better. So we realize nobody gets away from karma. Everybody's on this same bus, you know? Everybody is Mercury retro, words aren't coming. Everybody is part of the karmic cycle. And we come down to this earthly plane to really learn about cause and effect, to really learn those consequences and the lessons of realization, the lessons of limitation, the lessons of the illusion of separateness. So we buck up our courage. We know we're going to fuck up. We know that life is long and eternity is even longer than that. And we realize that we can channel beauty. We can express spirit. We have that ability. All right. So interesting to let the dice pick, because they come up with decks that I would never pull out. Then the last one is our Dancing in the Dark deck. Okay, let me catch up with messages. Every time someone would say the word, so in conversation, my mom would say, buttons on your underwear. Every time we say the word, what? Oh, so. Every time somebody would say so, she'd say, so, buttons on your underwear. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I really see you in that. I see her in you. Okay, wait. I'm gonna bring this back down. You don't ever get to see me do this anymore. I used to do it right on camera and everything because I never used to edit. Okay. Now, beauty. Plato said all forms on earth are shadows of the true form of all things outside of our reality. Yes. Yes, Catherine. All forms on earth are shadows of the true form of all things outside of our reality. Wow. Oh, okay, that's me reading. I'm looking at my monitor. It's like, I don't see my hands moving. I'm stuck. No, it's just because I was reading comments. A gross paraphrase of Plato's forms. Hey, a valiant effort, and that's much appreciated. Okay, the caves of being and becoming. Excellent. Excellent point, Catherine. Yes, it takes courage to turn around and walk out of that cave to see the truth. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. Yes, Sam says her mom's been strong around her. She's throwing her energy out into the world in a very good way. That's excellent. She's in full-blown sweet thing mode. And looky, we have the 10 of Wands once again tonight. And the 2 of Cups again. And we have Justice. And we have Death. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. And we have the Moon. So what's this huge burden we're carrying still? The weight of all of our illusions. So this can be hard. It's like ripping off Band-Aids, picking scabs, you know, but we have to do our very best to lose our illusions. This is the path to enlightenment. Lose your illusions about what's true and what's not true, about who you are. You know, the truth beyond forms, like we're talking about forms. We are so burdened by all these expectations and shoulds. Here we go, the rabbit ears again. And like my one friend used to say, don't should on yourself. Don't should all over yourself. You know, should says that there's some, you know, empirical thing that is the right thing, and we're not conforming to that, and what we're doing is wrong. Where we are is wrong. But should is like a not. There's no. It's a fiction. It's a fiction. There is only reality. And as Byron Katie says, I've said this so many times recently, anytime you argue with reality, you lose, but only 100% of the time. So we carry the burden of illusions. We need to lose those illusions. Here's partnership and justice. Look at these two. I love these. I really love these cards. This is a beautiful deck. And look at Justice just sitting here with her knees spread wide. And she's so stable. She's so present. And look at these two. How do you love? What are your relationships like? What are you bringing to the other? How are you bringing your love? How are you willing to come into partnership to bring justice, to bring alignment back? And then we have death, and we have Nine of Pentacles. So this can be the death of, it's not isolation, it's just that kind of solitude of barricading ourselves off because this is mine, this is all mine, me and my stuff, and it's all for me to enjoy. But she, you know, she's got a hedge here, and we all deserve to have what we need in order to, you know, have a place of retreat, a place of solitude, a place of joy. But the death card showing up here can talk about that hedge as kind of a barricade, because we've got the Two of Cups here, bringing people into the fold, bringing people in. I want more cards here. Okay, where am I going to take them first? I'm going to take one on the Moon, and we've got the Magician. So we let go of our burdens, of the illusions that burden us, and now we are in the power place. Now we decide, what am I going to manifest with all of these tools and skills that I have been gifted with? How am I going to make this new? If I wipe my mind clear of illusions, and this isn't a one-time thing, this is why Buddhists practice, because what's the old thing? Before enlightenment, chopping wood, carrying water. After enlightenment, chopping wood, carrying water. And that just says that we're still going to be in this whole realm of illusion, you know? We are living in illusion on this plane. And that illusion is all of the little worries and what we think is important and what we think isn't. And I'm separate from you, and you and I want totally different things. No, 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 no. That is the illusion. That is the illusion. This is Isis veiled. This is the veil. This is the veil. Isis unveiled is when we die and we come into the fullness of understanding of that unity. But anyway, I'm getting off track a little bit here. This can also be saying that things now that are changing and ending are ending for good and forever. The Death card of the many changes of cards of change in the Major Arcana. See, I flipped that around Mercury style. This card of change is permanent change, an end that you cannot go back from. It's done. The door is closed. You can't make it again, right? You can't unring the bell. So it's done. Close the door. And the Nine of Pentacles can also talk about just having enough and being able to share that enough. So one of the things that we need to do to get rid of these illusions is to define enough for ourselves. And I'm thinking about that Emperor and King of Coins that were here with the Golden Tarot. So the illusion of power and money. And here we have the woman with money. And she says, look at this abundant garden. Here, have some of my grapes. Come on in. Let's hang out together. you know? She's looking at us. The emperor was looking away. The king of coins was looking away. She's looking at us. Yes, you deserve this as well. That's justice. And we talked about when I did that Tarot of the Abyss reading on the full moon, the last full moon, um, and now I just lost the thought. Hold on. Oh, and it was King of Coins in the middle, and showing how everything hinges on resources and accessibility, you know, the accessibility of resources. So when we look at justice being the sharing, making sure everyone has what they need. I'm going to take a hit on the Ten of Wands. Oh my God. Ten of Swords. Well, yes. Yes, yes. This burden that we carry, it's time for it to go. It's time for it to go. Absolutely. For good and forever. And there's the Three of Pentacles again. Being together, in company, in love, collaborating together. And then we get the Judgment card again. The only thing I haven't hit is these two. Justice and Judgment. We have the Five of Pentacles. And then we've got the Nine of Cups. So look at the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Wish card, being able to share resources. And look, with Death, we get that Five of Pentacles. Death of that mindset of the haves and have-nots. Some people have money and they're just wealthy and they've grown up with it. And then there's the poors, you know? And we really, really need to get rid of that paradigm of some have and deserve and some don't. All right. Now, let's go back to comments here. Oh, this deck is Dancing in the Dark. It's a Lo Scarabeo, and it really is a beautiful deck. I bought it just kind of, it came up and I thought, ooh, this would be cool. And when I did the review of it, somebody said, oh, I'm so glad to see this deck getting some love, because yeah, it's special. We decide which is right and which is an illusion. Yes. Okay, what's that from? Try saying the duck, because he ducks everything and always has. Okay, so Donald Duck, I think that's a reference. Judith, welcome, dear. I can tell that you're back watching from the beginning. So we're not going to respond to you because we're at the end. Anyway, yeah, I like the duck. I really like that. Moody Blues. That's right. How does it start? I'm going to lose my mind until I remember. So tell me how it starts, please. Breathe deep the gathering gloom. Watch lights fade from every room. I don't remember, but yes, that's wonderful. We decide which is right and which is an illusion. They're telling me to do another one with this deck, just a couple more. I'm going to. And we get the Two of Wands and we get the Queen. Okay. No, not much there. Two of Wands, the Queen of Swords, looking out, planning. Oh, Two of Wands and Queen of Swords. There's lots of planning going on, like lots of intricate planning on both sides. On our side, legal planning. Believe me, there's been strategizing happening. Those two cards right there talked about strategizing. There's been a lot of strategizing going on and a lot of digging for truth. And we think that these few cases against the duck are like it, and oh my God, he's never going to be held accountable. There are so many more coming. There are so many more coming, you guys. It's going to make your head spin. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, okay. Let me bigger myself again, and let's close our little circle down. Thank you so much for being here. It's funny because this was kind of a Mercury retrograde evening. It was not, you know, so when I do a deck deep dive and a test drive, the readings are usually like just right on the money. And then example, the Marseille Cats deck, especially a gift deck. And then I do a reading for myself and it's like it doesn't really hit. And I'm like, okay, you know, what's up with that? But then I realized today, because I've done a couple readings with Marseille Cats for myself, and it didn't really make a coherent sentence. And then I realized it's because I personally don't have any big questions hanging out. And that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, we can be reaching for answers, but if we don't have questions, the answers have no place to land. So, it can be a good thing when we don't have this huge, earth shaking. But the readings were still good tonight. The decks were wonderful, and I'm very grateful. So let's come back down. I'm so stuffed up, and I don't know why. Back down into the body. I'm going to bring the bell forward again and give us another tone. So coming back down in your body again and allowing all of the messages to just be like raindrops, and imagine that your body mind is this soft, warm soil, and those raindrops and those messages are just sinking in. And they sink in and they're going to find all the little seeds inside your mind, inside your spirit, that are waiting to be watered so that they can sprout. And let's sit in gratitude for a moment. My gratitude, as always, is to you, my viewers, and to my patrons, and to my guides, and to all my relations, and my wonderful friends, this wonderful little community that gathers here. So as you feel that gratitude build up, just let it swell until it goes beyond your body and fills up the sphere that you're in, and you're just bathing in the beauty of gratitude. Touching on all the ways that you are so very fortunate in your life in this time. And let's, on the next exhale, breathe out that gratitude so it goes out into the outer layer of your sphere and connects into the grid, and you feel this wash of gratitude just rushing through all of us as we're all connected. And then exhaling, deep inhale. And on the next exhale, take that outer layer, send it out. It wraps around the planet and blasts out into space, where all of our wonderful guardians and our best angels can feel it. And then focusing on your root chakra and the root going down into the earth, let anything excess, any energy you do not need to keep in your system, to drain out. Your system knows exactly what that means, so you don't have to try. But you keep everything that you need, letting go of the excess so that you can stay relaxed, so that you can sleep well, so that you can move through your day in optimum health and well-being. And your personal sphere, you keep there as long as you need it to be there. Catching up with the messages again. Yes, they did seem to flow. That's why it seemed so like, it wasn't big, because I didn't have to work for any of it. They were just there. They were just there. Oh, you are so very welcome. Yes, thanks to all gathered here tonight. Thank you for hitting the like button. I really do appreciate that. Let's see, 16 of you. That's wonderful. It's so funny because I still, I'm closing in on 3,100 um, subscribers. But I always said from the beginning, nice, slow, steady growth is fine with me. And it's just continuing that way. And I love it. That I don't have to, worry about things. It's not too much, it's just enough. So you can look forward to more. I don't know if I showed you. Let me show you real quick here what's coming up. Okay, birthday decks. It decided it couldn't focus on my glorious hair. We have it's called the Witch Cats. This little Witch Cats Oracle. You are magic. So sweet. We have the Seaborn. Oh, goodness. The Seaborn Kipper. Here, wait. Here, that's a little bit better. Seaborn Kipper by Ciolo Thompson. She's the one that did Otherkin and the Hedge Witch Botanical. Gosh, I realize I've had my lights way too bright this whole time. The Phyrhexa Tarot by MJ Cullinane. My daughter got me that one. She got the Seaborn Kipper. And, ooh, am I excited about these. Edgar Allan Poe Tarot, the full color one from Llewellyn, and the one from Red Feather that has quotes on every card. Oh, I can't wait. So, and I want to thank you too for all your birthday wishes and your wonderful well wishes when I had a migraine last week. So I just appreciate so much every single one of you. I will see you next time. Thank you for hitting the like button and hitting the wish list if you feel like it, or one of the donation buttons below. It's all so appreciated. Okay, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. Blessed be.